Good news. Got her running. They pretty much, all I needed was a carburetor clean. I did not have to pull it as per the instructions of the previous owner. Makes sense that he would know. I don't know what year that thing was made. And if I were to guess, I'd say somewhere maybe early 80s, someplace in there. The engine's a WG600, a Kubota engine. Once I got it running, boy, she purrs like a kitten. The only thing I know that's wrong with it right now, and not the engine, but the tractor, is that it's running a little low on hydraulic fuel, as her buddy had suggested it might be. And sure enough, it is. Enough to test it. It drives, it steers some. And we couldn't find the bottle of fluid he left behind to refill it, so I'll get a hold of him, find out what he was putting in there. Nice regular old transmission fluid. Don't know. I guess I could look it up. It needs hose cleaning. There are worse things. Yeah, it's good to get that done. She's satisfied with it. Once we're a bit more into spring, I'm going to have a need for that to haul some stuff there on the property for something else I've been planning for some months now. A bit of a demo that requires a bit more real estate than I have at my immediate disposal. More about that way later. I'm not even sure this is going to be posted anywhere. It's not terribly interesting watching somebody drive through the country. Let's see, I got there about after 12, I think maybe 12:30, 12:45. It's now 1:45, and a good bit of that time was spent catching up and shooting the bull with her and her friend who was staying there for a while. Probably hope cleaning, getting her running operation, that might have taken 20 minutes. Most of that, just waiting to see if it was stall out or anything goofy happened. Nothing. We're gonna live with that. Yeah, it occurs to me I should have gone out the front way because I'm hungry. There's a Rudders up the road. I think I'll double back anyhow and go there. This particular one sells these wonderful breakfast sausages all day long. Really good. She's lit a perfect day. 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Sunny. I get home. I'm going to do some garage work, putting in some lighting, actually replacing some lighting. Our garage is, it'll fit 3 cars. It's a two-bay door, and a lot of room for storage, work area, and so forth. When we moved in there were 2 100-watt bulbs, and that lighted the whole area. Nowhere near enough. When we moved in there back in 2000, I put in some fluorescent lighting over the workbench area, and it was fine for the workbench, but otherwise, 200-watt bulbs ain't cutting it. So, a family member of mine gave me cases of Mogul light bulbs, incandescent bulbs. 48 of them are 250 watt. So these are those big ones with the giant sockets, the Mogul sockets, hence the name. A little hard to find bases for those. I did find some. I had to order them. Found those made fixtures. With those, the cases of the 250 watt ones also were a couple of dozen 500 watt ones, and I just temporarily put mounted sockets in there with a couple of those. Boy, it's like daylight in there. You do surgery in that garage now, so that's one of my tasks, to get in there and finish that up, make it permanent, to code as it must be. And I'll leave the 100-watt fixtures in there in case you want to go back, just get up on a ladder there and unscrew the big ones. So, I don't know why anybody would do that, but that's the plan. Yeah. In yard work time, it's kind of, in fact, it's someplace it's almost overdue already. Not quite ready to mow yet. Wild onions, stuff like that coming up. Usually I wait until I start to see dandelions, and it's time to get out to mow. Not that I mind it so much, it's just boring. Well, you ought to try this road at night in the snow. Not fun. People wreck on this route regularly. As a matter of fact, last visit I paid to the farm, it was a head-on collision, maybe a mile or so back from where I am right now. And it happened not too long before I turned the corner. There it was. And there were already about a half a dozen vehicles, had already stopped, with no emergency traffic or anything yet. I stopped and checked. No injuries. Airbags. It was front end, full front end collision. No serious injuries. Both drivers walked away. Airbags deployed, both vehicles. Not sure what happened, but that day it was rainy on and off, just a little bit here and there, and that part of the road, a straight stretch by the by, was a little wet. And you know how just a very light rain, you haven't had one in a while, and it's only in spots. I think what probably happened, one of those drivers coming off one of those tight turns lost it and crossed the double yellow, and the other guy didn't react in time. And, they had a meeting So, seeing that no one was injured, just wanting to be out of the way of the wreckers, I went ahead on, past. I was there at the farm maybe, I think, an hour or so, and by the time I was headed back home, it was completely cleared out. You really couldn't tell much had happened at all out there, which is good. Not good for insurance companies, but good that no one was injured. The speed limit along this route, even on those turns, is 45 miles an hour, and people do it on those turns. I don't trust tires that much, especially out here. You never know what you're going to see in the road. Be an animal, be a double wide. It's a bit noisy. The window rolled down. It's a little close in here. So reading 74 outside. It's about 2 o'clock. Guy behind me making himself known in the rear view here. He'd probably like to go another 5 or 10 mile an hour. And he ain't doing it, son. Here's got like a dozen old derelict school buses, a bunch of old trailers. I wonder if he knows they're worth something than scrap. And they'll even come and pull them. I mean, a couple of them even got trees growing through them. Well, it sucks that I gotta go way out of my way to go there, but it doesn't suck that they're finally fixing that thing. This guy's still dogging me at every turn. Actually, we were in Glen Rock, but this is Glen Rock proper. Borough limit is officially right here. Yep, and I forgot to stop at the Brothers for my daggone sausage. Dang it. Oh. Got food at home. Something with meat. I want meat. I don't mean lunch meat. Beef. Potatoes. With beef gravy. And a beer. And 2 beers. And I'm really hungry. Oh, our traffic light. Railroad crossing lights are neat. They're new. They just put those in. That rail line's used privately. It's a historic preservation. There's actually a replica steam engine that runs along that line. Replica of the engine and several cars of the locomotive that took Lincoln to Gettysburg for his famous address there. And during the more temperate time of the year, they run it. It's something like twice a day. It's really cool being up here. You hear that steam whistle. It doesn't go very fast. It might do 25 miles an hour. It can do more. I just don't. It's such a no, it just wouldn't do with traffic and everything. Home again. Where the real fun starts. Hey? And that is, see ya.